Hi, my name is Mark Light. I'm the 4-H STEM specialist at North Carolina A&T State University. Wanted to take a brief moment and give you a tour of our AI challenge platform. That way you know what you need to do to be successful. And so here we go. You're going to go into Project Board. You've hopefully created an account where you have a login. You'll go to this website and start your project. So when I start my project, it's going to take me into a new project area. And here you can see on the right-hand side, my project status is draft. And so when I'm obviously ready to submit and finish my project, I'm going to click on the submit button. I'm not going to do that just yet because I just got started. So here, this falls question is, how can you use AI to solve a problem in agriculture? This is just a pitch competition, so you're really just pitching an idea. You don't have to code the idea, you don't have to create an app or do any of those kinds of things. So the first thing I'm going to do, these are all different tabs that you can go in and click on. So I'm going to start with the edit button, and the edit button lets me change my title. So I'm going to create a title and I can just have a temporary title for now and then put another title in later. So I'm going to put Mark's project for now. And then when I have a creative idea, I'm going to include that. So here it just kind of goes through the different steps of what you're going to do, but we're going to walk through those now. Here's the website where you can see the previous winners. Those help you see other ideas from previous AI challenges that 4-H has had. Uh, but here's the main purposes. I'm going to name my project. And then if I have a team, so I'm doing mine as a single person, but if I have a team, I can then add team members who can contribute as well into that. No limit on teams except for you share the prize money. Whatever you win, you're going to split amongst the team members. So, if you want to take home the whole amount, you might want to just do the project yourself, but you can certainly do it with others. Here is the thing that we want everybody to do at the beginning is create a project category. And here you're really choosing your age range. So 13 to 15 will be one competition category, and 16 to 18 would be the other project category. The states that are listed are a part of our Google grant, and so we need to track those separately. But if you go all the way to the bottom, the other states are just called various states. So if your state's not listed, click on various states, and that becomes your category. That just tells us how we can connect with our winners at the end. Uh, Once you are done with that, if you are a various state, make sure that at some point you're telling us where you're from, what state you're from. And you can do that later on here in the About Me video. So we're going to start in this first tab, AI Education. The instructions give you some information about AI. So I can first click on this and watch a brief video. And then I can do this Google slide deck. And it shows me some things about AI. So it kind of teaches me about AI. You may know a lot about AI, you may not. So this kind of walks you through that. And then I can go back here And you need to then answer these questions. Okay, a couple ways you can do that. One is I can do that like on a Microsoft Word document, and I'm going to click on the plus here and upload that. Um, or I can upload it as if you have a Google Doc, you could put the link in here. Make sure that anyone with the link has access, because otherwise your judges won't be able to see it. But another way to do that is just to answer the questions um, in this space. Okay, so I'm going to answer the questions. Okay, and I'm going to save. So I had different ways I could have done that. The key is that you're doing something in each tile. Here is the agricultural issue. So again, you're talking about the problem that you want to solve. Okay. Agricultural issues. I don't have to live on a farm to explore agricultural issue. For me, the agricultural issue could be that I have a lot of leaves to rake in my yard. Leaves are falling, trees are uh, things that grow, which is a part of agriculture. And so maybe my AI solution is how do I create a robot that senses a leaf and is able to pick that leaf up, and so that I don't have to rake a leaf. So it could be horticulture things, growing vegetables. It could be animal related, livestock. It could be anything related to agriculture or growing things in the environment. So don't just limit yourself to things that are just on a farm, because there's also urban agriculture. So we kind of indicate that here. But again, putting it in the description, or you can upload um, you upload the answer to what is your problem that you want to solve. So this is just a brief statement um, there. The photo walk is actually then describing it with pictures. Okay, so I'm going to go out, take pictures of my leaf yard, and show the leaves that are still in the tree. I'll take a picture of my tree to say I still have more leaves coming down, the picture of the leaves on the ground, and then maybe showcase one method, which is raking leaves with my rake, and how that tells the story. Here is then background information. So I'm going to research that. I may research when leaves fall to the ground, what's a typical cycle from start to finish. So I'm going to provide background information that could be facts, statistics, things that I'm doing research on the internet for. This one here, I'm going to brainstorm solutions. So I want to think about several ways I could solve that. Maybe one is a robot. Maybe another is mowing the leaves and mulching the leaves. Maybe others is taking a picture of all the leaves and using AI to determine what's a leaf and what's not a leaf. So how am I coming up with solutions? That could be a lot of different things that is just brainstorm. It's not the final solution. I don't have the answer yet. Coming up with that headshot, that is just so that we don't have to ask for it later. If you're featured as a winner nationally, we want to be able to include you in some of our pictures and things. The About Me video then is talking about you and what you are interested in. So what's your career aspirations? What are your likes and dislikes? What are you involved in with school or with 4-H? And you don't have to be a part of 4-H to compete in the challenge, but 4-H is in every county and in every state. So check it out if you're not a part of 4-H. And then finally is our pitch video. So here you're going to either use a YouTube link, upload the actual video. We suggest for the videos that you're probably going to want to include a link versus not doing it the other way. Because if you upload a video, it could be that it takes a while to get that video downloaded. If you're the judge, it could create some complications with maybe not all the video is going to upload. Up to 2 minutes though. So you're going to not exceed the 2 minutes. Probably within a minute and a half to 2 minutes is what you're going to look at. Here's where you're going to introduce the agricultural problem, explain how AI can be a solution, okay? And then how you might pitch it to an ag community. How are you going to get their buy-in? So if it's pitching it to farmers to adopt a certain practice, how are you going to do that? If you're pitching to homeowners to be able to understand your concept for the raking of the leaves and how AI will help with that, that's what you're going to do. We're going to upload that, and then again, using that link, and I'm going to click save there. So once you've completed something in every tile, that's what determines that your project is complete. And you can be saving it as a draft. So if you work on it a little bit and then leave, I suggest that you save it as a draft. But then when you're ready to go, so I'm going to save it as a draft. And I'm going to go back here to my project. Okay, and then when I'm ready, then I can hit submit. And so we want you to submit these before the deadline for the fall. The deadline is November 15th, but make sure and note that here is going to tell you the deadline uh, according to your state that you have. So that's the deadline. And then we will do a showcase where all the projects will be featured, but every then project will roll up and be judged. For the fall, we're going to be announcing these on Computer Science Week, the second week of December. And so you can look for those details. You can also then see between November 15th and the announcement, you can see other projects and get to comment on theirs and interact with other people that have completed the 4-H and Ag Challenge. So that is our run through of the website. A lot of people have said they were having trouble figuring that project board out, and so we wanted to make sure that we featured that in a video. So I'll end the video now. And if you have trouble or need help, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to somebody from 4-H at the state level in your state, and they can help you look over a draft. We suggest that you find a mentor or an adult to kind of look over your drafts before you submit, just to say, does this make sense? Would you buy into my product? And make changes if you need to, so that your product is the best it can be. So good luck, and reach out if you need assistance or help.